To add girth to Jill and take fat from Phil, their diets are swapping for 5 days. And they're about to find out what's going to be on the menu as they come face to face with their shocking weekly consumptions.
Ready? Let's start with breakfasts. Breakfasts. Let's move on to lunch. It's not really very impressive, is it? Half a sandwich, bit of salad.
But that probably would be one snack for me, not a full week's breakfast and lunch.
Let's see what you have for dinners then. A small quiche. This is a bit of tomato pasta salad. Your 4-year-old probably eats more than that. What's this, Gillian?
Diet drinks.
And just look at how much there is. When you didn't see any food going in at breakfast time, glass of diet fizzy drink. All day long, fizzy drinks. About 12 litres a week. I would call this an addiction, really.
Speechless.
This is what you're going to be now living on for the next week.
Well, thank you very much.
With her busy lifestyle, Gillian should be consuming 2,000 calories a day, but she's getting a pitiful 350. This means that she only eats 1.5 days' worth of calories in a week. That's a staggering undereat of 5.5 days.
Yours is very bad, but this is not necessarily going to be any better, all right? Breakfasts. Here we go. It's a fortified cereal, banana, toast and butter. What do you think of her breakfast?
Don't like her, nothing.
You don't like any of that? Well, that doesn't really surprise me, but it's a darn sight better than your breakfast, isn't it? Let's move on to lunch. Lots of salad, tuna, I think, pasta, fish and chips, vegetable soup, and then pate and toast. Yeah. You like pate and toast? What else? So there was some chili con carne, there's pasta, there's tuna, there's salad, sausage roll, some, was that crisps?
And a packet of crisps, yeah.
OK. You're clutching your tummy, what's wrong?
I'm just feeling sick, just seeing it all mushed together and just thinking that's what it's like inside your body.
Philippa is eating 10 times the amount of calories as Gillian by consuming a whopping 3,750 a day. She is overeating by 6 days' worth of food a week.
Right, so here we go. We're going to start off with your breakfasts. This is the probiotic drink that you have every morning, don't you? I think also occasionally at the weekend you get some porridge, don't you? That's it?
Yes.
It's not enough for a marathon runner for breakfast. Let's have a look at what you go for lunch. That's a salad sandwich. That's another salad sandwich.
Pretty much every day.
I don't know how she could live on it.
Any more?
I think the worst thing that come down the tube was like the probiotic milkshakey things and the yoghurts. I don't eat yoghurts. The rest of it weren't bad, there just wasn't a lot of it.
Right, let's move on to dinner. Soup?
Yeah, all soup.
Any meat?
No.
You're missing out on a lot of important proteins to build muscles that give you the strength that you need to do your runs. Essential amino acids are called essential amino acids because you can't make them. You only get them from your diet, and that includes meat.
It makes me realise how little solid food I'm actually eating. There's no real substance there at all, it's just fluid.
Given all the exercise she's doing, Kim needs around 2,500 calories a day. She's actually consuming as little as 1,000 calories a day. This is a drastic undereat of 4 days' worth of food a week. And by running for 2 hours a day, Kim is actually burning off over 1,000 calories, so her body is existing on a calorie deficit.
And at this rate, with this number of calories, you're going to be losing approximately a pound in body weight a week. So, Trudy, a pasty.
For breakfast, yes.
Bars of chocolate.
Crisps before lunch. Oh yes, egg fried rice.
Okay.
Sweet and sour chicken balls and sauce.
Everything so far has been fried. Dinner time. What on earth is that?
Oh, that's battered sausage with chips and curry sauce.
That just goes straight into your arteries. That is saturated fat.
I must be honest, I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to eat, like, 3 large meals like that and snacks every day?
What are they? I think they're chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
The average woman needs 2,000 calories a day. Trudy is packing in a whopping 3,000. This is an overeat of 3.5 days' worth of food every week.
you get to double your daily allowance of salt. Salt gives you high blood pressure. High blood pressure gives you heart failure and heart attacks. All right? That means swollen ankles and shortness of breath. Do you get swollen ankles? Do you get short of breath? You get through double your daily allowance of fat. Double your daily allowance, not just a little bit more. It's not good, is it? And we haven't finished.
No, you haven't.
There's more, because the eating goes on at night, doesn't it?
Yep.
Mars bars, Tracy. You wouldn't think a skinny person has Mars bars for breakfast, would you?
No.
Mars bars and one load of Weetabix. And that's it. That's breakfast.
I'm going to be hungry.
And then there's nothing until lunchtime for you, Colin. Let's have a look at lunchtimes. Sausage roll, sausage roll. Is that it? Yeah. That's lunches.
I'm going to be starving.
I think you then tend to snack a little bit in the afternoon, don't you? Yes. Let's have a look at that. Colin, that is a lot of chocolate during the day.
Yes.
This is all sugar, sugar, sugar. And it's sugar that sends your blood sugar up, soaring, soaring, and then plummeting. And I think we're beginning to see why you're feeling so knackered all the time and tired.
Colin has absolutely no variety in his diet, and his paltry portion sizes are way off the mark.
Oh, look, we've got a burger. No, half a burger. Tracy, what are you thinking?
That amount of food, I think that's one meal for me in one day.
An average man should be getting through 2,500 calories a day. Colin's diet is giving him 2,600, but nearly 2,000 of those are from chocolate alone. No wonder he's 3 stone underweight.
The portion size is going to be a problem. He eats very, very, very small amounts, and I eat very, very large amounts.
This is what you get through for breakfasts. Here we go. How many of these would you get through?
Easily 4 or 5.
Way to go. Right, more sandwiches. That's over. Bacon and egg sandwiches.
I'm going to have trouble.
You think so?
Yes.
All right, let's carry on then. Are we on to dinners now? Burgers. How many burgers?
I eat 2 burgers, and then there's 2 burgers in each. 2 beef burgers
So
in
that's
each.
4 burgers altogether.
Yeah.
Where you compare that to Colin's half a burger is what he can manage. So you've got to get through 4 burgers.
Yeah.
All right.
Tracy eats 3,540 calories a day. For a woman of her size and sedentary lifestyle, she shouldn't be having more than 2,000. So each day, she's consuming more than 1,500 extra calories. This means she's overeating by 5 days' worth of food per week. First up, Christine and her bananas breakfast.
Some cereal. Nothing else. Nothing. Let's carry on. Maybe lunches get a bit better. Let's have a look at lunch. Salad, a lot of tomatoes. What else? Fruit salad. Anything else going to come down there for lunch?
No?
That's it. So that's 7 days worth of lunches for someone who has an energetic job. Martin, what do you think?
No, there's nothing there.
Tell me what's going on here. Why are you eating all this?
It's healthy. I get my 5 a day in there.
What is this obsession with 5 a day, though? Tell me.
You get loads of vitamins and minerals in it, so it's good for like, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you? Okay. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else there is. Let's move on to dinner. Oh, look. More fruit salad. And a banana. Any meat?
No.
No. All right. But look at that. That's a week's worth of food. Your obsession with 5 a day.
Yeah.
It's good because you should be getting 5 a day, but the problem is you're not really getting anything else.
Christine should be eating 2,000 calories a day, but she's only getting around 1,000, which is an undereat of 3.5 days' worth of food every week.
Martin, it's your turn now. Let's start with your first meal of the day.
Well, that's ham and cheese and pickled rolls.
And you'd have 3 of those every day, standardly?
Yeah.
What else? Let's see what else you have. Whoa!
Breadsticks.
Biscuits.
Yeah.
For breakfast. Are you going to cope with that?
I'll try.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Right, let's have lunch. Let's see what's next. Martin, that is probably one of the worst tubes I have seen. It is all the same colour, the same rubbish, processed, fatty, starchy, salty food.
The The average man needs 2,500 calories a day, but Martin is munching his way through a colossal 6,400. That's nearly 45,000 a week, a gut-busting overeat of over 10 days' food every week.
You're getting through about 2.5 kilos of fat a week. That's not all, though. You're also getting about 25 grams of salt a day. You're allowed 6. What you're going to eat in Christine's tube is actually far more the sort of things that you should be eating. Now it's time where we really look into where you're going wrong with your...
Georgetta's up first with a week's worth of her minuscule meals. She starts the day with just a sprinkling of cereal, then just one piece of fruit, and when she doesn't skip lunch, one sandwich.
What do you think of that, Amir?
That's not good.
Does that sound like a proper lunch to you?
No, not really.
Unfortunately for Amir, dinner doesn't get much better.
What do you think of all that?
I'm surprised at how little it is.
Georgetta should be eating 2,000 calories a day, but although she eats energy-rich food like smoothies, she has tiny amounts and often skips meals, leaving her body to fend on 1,400 daily calories, a regular weekly undereat of 2 days' worth of food.
Oh dear, I think Amir might be a little bit hungry on this, probably, don't you?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah? Let's have a look. Amir, I'm going to start with your breakfast. Let's have a look at the sort of thing you have.
Amir's start to the day is more than a little bananas, and rapidly goes downhill from there.
Let's move on to lunches. Oh, what's this, Amir?
It's doner kebab and chips.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to eating that.
And the takeaways are soon adding up to a whole heap of unhealthy calories.
There's not a single vegetable in there yet.
There was a bit of salad with the chicken and chips.
No, Amir.
All right.
Don't you start making excuses for your food.
For dinner, it's a home-cooked, family-sized meal for one.
Well, I'm really pleased to be able to tell you, Georgette, that that's the end of dinners.
Thank God.
But that's not the end of eating. There are snacks on top of this lot, believe it or not.
The average man needs around 2,500 calories a day, but Amir is munching his way through a colossal 6,000. That's 42,000 a week, which is a gut-busting overeat of almost 10 days' food every single week.
How do you think this is going to look?
Not good.
You nervous already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Let's start with your breakfasts.
I don't eat a meal first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So I pick a chocolate bar up and a cup of coffee or whatever.
Let's move on and have a look at your lunches, see if they get any better. Oh dear, more chocolate. How often do you have chocolate for lunch?
Most days.
Most days?
Most days.
Go on, let's have a look at dinner. Some toast, some chicken. Anything else? Nothing. So Wayne, that's 7 days worth of breakfasts, lunches and dinners.
That's crazy.
Do you ever feel hungry?
Very rarely.
This is why you don't feel hungry. That's what you get through in a week of cigarettes. And cigarettes, nicotine specifically, suppresses your appetite.
There's more cigarettes than there is food.
It does look that way, doesn't it? All right. What's this?
Coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee. You drink 9 litres of coffee. You need cigarettes and caffeinated drinks to keep you going because your poor body just has no energy stores whatsoever. So when you say you're proud of your six-pack, it's actually because you're starving, mate. It's not because you're doing anything brilliant to achieve a healthy, fit body. Quite the opposite.
Martin is consuming roughly 1,250 calories a day. He should be eating double that. So in a week, Martin is under-eating by 3.5 days. His body is missing out on vital carbohydrates, something that won't be a problem when he takes on Supersize Wayne's diet.
Right, so Wayne, let's have a look at your diet.
I think it's going to be up here.
All right. Let's start with your breakfast. Looks like bacon sandwiches to me.
Yeah. Cereals.
Right on cue, here it comes. That's quite a lot of cereal. So, moving on to lunches.
A lot of bread.
You're looking really worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah? What is that?
That's a pizza.
Pizza, chips. This looks like dinners now.
Curry, rice.
So you tend to have chips with a lot of things, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Fond of curry?
No.
No.
You look startled, Martin.
More chips, there's a surprise. Fried egg sausage, that's dinner. More rice. More chilli. You look absolutely shell-shocked.
Next up, something to wash down all the carbs and fat, a barrel load of booze.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Wayne is consuming a whopping 5,500 calories a day. That's a humongous overeat of 8.5 days every single week.
So, Tiffany, let's start with you. This is what you have for breakfast. Cereal. What do you have with this?
I have energy drink at around 9 o'clock.
Why? Is it because you're hungry? Is it because you're not awake? Is it... What's going on?
I really just think it's habit. I think it's a bit of an addiction.
Here's your lunches. That looks like a sandwich, cheese and tomato, possibly?
Yeah, I'd probably have a sandwich, eat half or 3/4, have some crisps.
That looks like some pasta salad. Again, how much of that would you eat?
I'd probably go for 3/4, I suppose.
OK. I think this is a theme that we're going to see with you, in that actually the sort of things that you're eating are fine, because you are careful about what you eat. You don't eat a lot of junk, but you do eat very small portions. Let's move and see what you have for dinners. Here we go. Talk me through this. That is shepherd's pie.
It's homemade.
Homemade shepherd's pie. How much roughly do you eat? Let me guess, not a whole load.
Definitely she's not eating enough. I'm going to feel hunger. I'm going to feel hunger a lot.
An average calorie intake for a woman is 2,000 calories per day. With her hectic lifestyle and an intake of just 1,800, Tiff is undereating by 1,400 calories per week, making it impossible for her to gain weight.
So, Keith, I think it's your turn. Let's have a look at your tube. Wow, cheese on toast.
Yeah.
How many of those would you have at a time?
4.
Let's move on to then lunches. On this salad, you've added 1,000 calories extra in dressings. Fried chicken.
Yeah, that's fried chicken.
How many calories did she eat roughly a day? Do you remember?
1,800.
1,800. How many calories are in that one meal?
Not 1,800, no way.
1,800 calories in that one takeout meal alone.
Keith's diet is quite scary. He eats lots of sort of takeaways and lots of bread, lots of stodgy food. I'm not sure how I'm going to fit it in.
The average calorie intake for a man is 2,500 calories per day. On his worst days, Keith is devouring a colossal 6,000 calories. That's a whopping overeat of 9.5 days' worth of food every week.
Charlotte, we're going to start with you. Cereal to start with. Toast. There's a corner missing from every single one of these pieces of toast. Why is that?
I think half of it's habit, and the other half is that I stop eating once I'm not hungry anymore.
Also with this, you tend to have those probiotic yogurt drinks. Let's see what you have for lunch.
Usually just have one biscuit with a cup of tea.
And that's pasta salad.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your dinners. That's the first lot of veg we've had in the tube. Desserts with this lot?
No, I never really have anything after my dinner.
That is your week's worth of dinner, and your week's worth of lunch, and your week's worth of breakfast in there.
But it's just really not enough to get you through the day, is it?
I'm beginning to panic at how my body is going to survive on that small amount of food.
To keep her body at full strength, Charlotte should be consuming 2,000 calories a day, but she's only taking on board a woeful 800. That's an undereat of 4 days a week.
Heather, let's start with your breakfast. Bread with cream cheese. How many pieces of bread?
4.
4 at a time.
Yeah.
That is really worrying.
That looks like a traditional English fry-up breakfast. Wow, like a French baguette, and that's a breakfast thing. Charlotte, that is 30 sausage rolls. Anything else for dinner? Chinese takeaway.
With chicken fried rice.
And a burger?
Yeah, that was like a snack type thing.
And last thing, looks like chocolate cake. Tell me what this is.
Cider.
And this is fizzy cola, so it's high sugar, high in calorie, just not really quite what you need given the size of your lunches and the size of your dinners.
Oh my God, I can't believe the amount of food that went in there. I feel stuffed already.
Heather is gorging on 5 times more calories than Charlotte. By taking in a mammoth 4,100 a day, she's eating twice as much as she needs to. It's an overeat of 7 days a week.